So let's say you're in the really crowded DMV and somebody starts sneezing over and over again. What do? You back away now, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you hope it's not the flu. It's cold and flu season and the most wonderful time of the year. So how do you avoid the germs? That's really the question. Joining us live on the KOGO News Live Line is Tricia Holderman from Elite Facility Systems. And Tricia, how do we keep the germs away from us?
Keep your hands clean and keep anything that you're working around as clean as you possibly can.
Well, good advice, but cold and flu viruses can fly 6 feet through the air. Where are these germs landing?
Ooh, in all the nastiest of places. So ATM machines, we're seeing a lot of those. I have what we call a germometer. That's the nickname for the big science name. But we in hospitals will not allow anything over 1,000 count germs to not be re-cleaned. When we go to some of these areas like the ATMs, the restaurants, elevator buttons, things like that, we're looking at 10 to 20,000 germs living in a 1 inch area. That's pretty gross.
I need to roll you back here a second because you said restaurants. I don't think of restaurants as being dirty. Do you?
Yeah, what happens is they use the same rag that they're using sometimes for cleaning kitchens and countertops and things like that. Then they're running out and wiping down a table. And when you're thinking about fast food restaurants, they're not wiping down those tables until, maybe the end of a shift or something. They're not being cleaned after every person coming through there.
Something surprised me. What are the filthiest things in a restaurant?
Salt and pepper shakers and the ketchup bottles, because those aren't getting cleaned at all. And so constantly having germs just added to it. So even if the germ from yesterday is dying out, there's been 20 more added to it that just prolong the life of these germs.
Tricia, I mean this in the nicest way possible. I hate talking to you.
I'm so sorry. I'm really a nice person now. I'm trying so hard to help people understand. The germs are out there. You got to do what you got to do to take care of yourself.
And Tricia, also the grocery store. Tell us about shopping carts.
Well, shopping carts actually have two problems that we're having with them. One is, obviously, everybody in the world is touching them. And then second of all, you are touching fruits and vegetables before you put them in your bag. Those have all kinds of germs and diseases on them. So, that's why we wash them once we get home before we stick them in our mouth. Well, the problem is they're not washed that well when you use them at the grocery store. You touch those, then you touch the handle. So now you have two kinds of diseases and germs that are possible on those.
Now, most of the grocery stores here in San Diego, for instance, you walk into your Vons or your Ralph's or Albertsons, and they have a thing outside that's full of alcohol-soaked wipes that you can use.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, I see everybody use them.
I do.
Yeah, people are getting smart about that. And, that was the one probably good thing that happened with Ebola is everybody's truly understanding more and more about what is the transmission of a germ. And I think they're becoming cognizant about what they can do to prevent catching any of those germs.
Okay, so let's say we do go to a restaurant and we use the ketchup or we use the salt and pepper shakers. Are we not supposed to touch them, or what are we supposed to do?
That's why we tell everybody to wash your hands on a regular basis and certainly before you eat. There isn't a lot that you can do about those unless you just use your sanitizer after you've used those before you actually eat or go back and wash your hands again. It's just not one of those things you're going to think of as an ongoing practice or protocol to do.
All right, Tricia, what can we say? We love your advice, and it's always a talker. So thank you so much for joining us on the KOGO News Live Line again this morning. That was Tricia Holderman from Elite Facility Systems.